All right, we are back to talk 90 Day Fiancé, the last resort. But before we do, I heard that there's like a little bit of 90 Day Fiancé news.
Yeah, just a little bit about our girl Kalani.
Okay, well, share, please.
Well, she posted on her Instagram story the other day some shocking allegations.
That bitch is always posting on Instagram.
I know. And she's limited her comments too, by the way. I just don't like that. I hate that shit. But she posted this on Instagram. I won't read the whole thing. You can find it on Reddit. You can find it pretty much everywhere. It's plastered everywhere right now on the internet.
Okay.
But she said, I've had enough of the hate mail and trigger wording essay/death threats. So let's clear some things.
Stop right there.
What?
What kind of loser a-hole is out here sending death threats and essay comments and emails to reality television D-list celebrities?
Who does that shit?
Get a fucking life. It's inappropriate.
I know.
Shouldn't be doing that to anybody, and even not Kalani.
It's ridiculous to me. But yeah, apparently she's been getting a lot of threats, so she's clearing some things up. Number one, I did not have a one-night stand with Asuelu. We didn't even kiss until 2 weeks after knowing each other. I met him in July 2016. We intentionally got pregnant May 2017, which this kind of messes up the timeline a little bit.
Yeah.
Because her whole story up until this point has been that they accidentally got pregnant.
I thought so.
Yeah. So now they intentionally got pregnant.
Okay.
Number two, my parents do not monetarily support me in any way and never have. The Utah house was half mine. That's public record. And I always paid my part. I do not live with my parents and I support myself.
I thought like in the first season or two, wasn't she living with her family?
Yeah.
In California somewhere? Therefore, they were supporting you if they were feeding you and housing you.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway.
And then third, this is the most shocking of all. Shocking. I had a second baby because I was held down. He apologized for that, and the other times I was SA, it's recorded. You can imagine how it feels to get messages about taking responsibility and learning to keep my legs shut when they were forced open. None of you know anyone you watch. You know a version of people and you crucify them over things out of their control. And for what? May all of that energy be returned back to you and yours.
Now, that is actually very shocking. So she's maintaining that Asuelu SA'd her and also that it was recorded?
Yeah. So there's multiple times is what she's alleging.
Okay.
And that they're recorded and that their second baby was conceived that way. Is what it seems like. Okay,
that's like a huge allegation and it is shocking. And part of me kind of wants to defend the 90 Day Fiancé audience by saying to her, well, like, you can't really call us out for judging you because you're the one who made the choice over and over and over and over and over and over and over again to put yourself and your family on television for people to judge you. But at the same time, if that's true, that Asuelu actually did that, that is horrifying.
And fucked up.
And you need to get away from him as fast as possible. And that fucking asshole needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
100%. And then I'm like, okay, so on Last Resort, we know that you've been telling your sister Kalani everything. So if she knew about this, I'm like, why didn't Kalani say anything either? I'm not trying to put any blame on anybody, obviously, but I'm just like, that's so fucked up if this has just been happening for the last 7 years in your guys' relationship. I know you have kids, so you probably didn't want to leave because you wanted to try and make things work with your baby daddy, and that's fine. But like, whoa. And then you went on TV during all of that, and then you're on The Last Resort trying to put on this air that you're getting back together with your supposed cheater of a husband and abuser of a husband. Yikes.
Yeah, but if you are being abused, it takes a lot of emotional, energetic, intellectual, and community resources to get yourself extricated away from your abuser. I think the stat is something like it takes 6 to 10 times of a person trying to leave before they actually do. And you kind of make this story up in your head to justify like the kids and like, well, we already have a house. And you make these stories up to justify staying because it does take a lot of women and men time to get away from their abuser. This is just
true.
really unfortunate. I have nothing obviously funny to say about that. That's not fucking funny. I just don't know why we were introduced to Asuelu. The public consciousness now knows who he is, and this entire time he's been abusing you.
Right.
Wow. So what is the kingdom, the fandom, the raccoons? What are people saying in response to that? I know you said that she disabled her comments, but is anybody saying anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of divided. Like, there's some people that think that she's lying or that she's doing this just to get attention, you know, like the typical stuff. And then some people think that it's kind of fucked up that she's just posting this on an Instagram story and then just like leaving it at that. And it's kind of a big allegation to drop like that. But then other people are obviously taking her side and believing her because that is a huge allegation. And I mean, she is telling the truth about the cheating. So why would she lie about this? So it's kind of divided. But I think the general consensus is that people believe her and want the best for her. Like, why are you even staying with him or trying to get back together with him?
Yeah, I feel like she's trying to get away. That's what we're seeing on The Last Resort. And sometimes it takes you falling in love with another person in order to really commit to getting out of there. And so for me, my personal stance as the oldest raccoon in the dumpster is I'm going to believe her. And I really hope that she gets help and she gets therapy and she gets away. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Way to bring the house down, Beatrice.
I know, I'm sorry.
But you got to report the news.
Yeah.
You're a journalist.
Yeah.
You're the journalist in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, I thought this episode was a little light on actual content.
Yeah, I wanted it to be cringier. Like, where's the sex stuff?
Yeah.
Where's the funny moments?
You like the displays of depravity, don't you?
Well, I mean, you introduced the show that way.
Yeah, we've had like an expectation that would continue.
Like, I don't want to actually see these people get therapy and like talk about their problems.
Yeah, I want you to remain losers.
Exactly.
And highly dysfunctional and inappropriate people.
Yes.
Well, we start by joining Liz and Kalani. Kalani brings a couple of cocktails, baby, to join Liz at the pool and proceeds to talk about her and Asuelu, with Liz asking some questions like, what's up? How you doing? Last time I saw you, y'alls were flirting. Seemed like you guys had a vibe or something, like you was going to get something that night, Kalani.
And Kalani's like, yeah, I was just drunk.
I was super drunk. He's just my best friend. It's like,
just my bro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And then Kalani starts talking about how she caught Asuelu deleting texts, like having a conversation or something and deleting the texts and acting very, very suspicious.
Yeah. And so then that made her just be like, fuck that. I'm just going to unblock my mans.
She was looking for any reason.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. She was totally DMing him like on Instagram or something on the side.
100%.
Like, don't act like you just blocked him on everything. So she unblocks him.
Yep.
And she tells Liz this. And Liz is like, man, your face lit up. And it did. I mean, she's got this big old smile on her face. She gets red in her cheeks. Like, she's getting a little horny.
She's feeling it. She's got a tingle downstairs when she's thinking of Mr. Dallas.
Yes, her cooter's tingling.
So they've known each other for 2 months. And she's spouting all this bullshit like women do. Like, I've never been loved.
I know.
In the way that this guy loves me. He sees to the very heart of me. Like, he reciprocates sexually.
Sexually.
Yeah. But he listens to me. And when we're communicating, he actually talks back in a way that I can understand. Unlike Asuelu.
I know.
Poor Asuelu.
It's a real love that I've never felt before in my cooter.
It's 2 months in, honey.
I know.
Everything
Calm
is
down.
awesome in the beginning.
Yes.
You have a whole ass family. Listen, should we proceed in this conversation as if we did not hear the information from Kalani about how she's alleging Asuelu essayed her? Should we just be talking and communicating as if we don't know that?
I mean, we can, yeah.
Because otherwise I just want to dog him the entire time and fucking throw him out with the trash. It's like everything he does is bad from this point on.
I mean,
It's kind of hard to talk about it. Yeah, you should be fucking somebody else. Yeah, you should be being loved by somebody else.
Right.
You're married to a fucking abuser.
Yeah, she is. I mean, I get it. I get it why she's doing this. Like I said last episode, I'm like, I've kind of changed my opinion on her whole hall pass thing. I'm like, okay, well,
go get you some.
Why not? If he's been cheating on you this whole entire time, then fuck it, I guess. But like, you also have 2 kids, you have a family. Like, you have to kind of think about those things a little bit. Don't be so in your lust ball brain,
she is so in her lusty vagina right now.
She's
thinking with her punanner girl. And I did see him, and as we stated previously in other episodes, I feel like he's a handsome young man.
Yeah,
and
compared to Asuelu.
And Kalani sees, well, there are moments that Asuelu looks passably handsome.
Yeah, sometimes,
but
certain angles where he doesn't look like a pineapple head.
But then you look at his eyes, and there's something
dead
super
eyes.
weird and freakish about his eyes. Like, he has the whites underneath his eyes, which is very the sampaku eyes is something very off about him.
Yeah.
So Kalani's over him.
Oh, totally.
The only reason Kalani is here on the last resort is for clout and a paycheck, which cannot be that good, and to maybe embarrass Asuelu and or show the world Asuelu as he truly is, as if to say, would you stay with this fucker? Because I don't want to stay with this fucker.
Right. That's probably all it is. And just to get her tea spilt for everybody to know what the real story has been going on. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, did TLC know what the real story was behind the scenes? Or was Kolini the only one that knew all of this atrocious shit that was going on with Asuelu and Kalani?
I don't know. Does Kalani's parents, do they know?
I know. I'm like,
about all of this stuff?
What the hell?
I feel like her father's a Samoan. I feel like her father would have straight up killed Asuelu.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, did you hide it from your family?
I think they must have hid it, yeah.
That's messed up.
Cheating, and also this other allegation was probably kept from them. But I don't know. What do we know? All we know is what we are seeing on the television. And Kalani is sprung. She's got a new dick. She's dickmatized.
Totes.
She's got that dicknosis.
Yep.
I'm under a trance, the dick trance. And Liz is like, go get it then, girl.
Yeah.
You seem happy.
Liz is like...
and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. She's like, how did you even put Asuelu in the friend zone? She's like, I would have cut his body up into pieces and buried him in the backyard by now. Like, what
Liz,
are you talking about?
She's one of us.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel.
Oh, 100%.
And so, so she kind of co-signs Kalani, and she's like, go get it, girl.
Oh, yeah.
So that was interesting. Then we get to Jovi and Yara, which wasn't interesting. Jovi and Yara are headed over to therapy with his mother, Miss Gwen, who's being piped in via FaceTime to judge Yara and make her feel bad about her marriage. What did you think about that?
Well, this whole segment just made me hate Jovi more, because Jovi obviously tells his mom a bunch of shit that he doesn't tell Yara, which is fucked up.
Important information.
Shit, which is he declined a job offer to be at home more, which he knows would have made Yara so happy. Because I don't know, I know you didn't watch their seasons.
No.
But like before she got pregnant, when she came to the States and everything, and she found out like more about his career and how he was gone all the time, she was devastated. And she was alone in fucking bumfuck Louisiana with his family, which his family is nice.
Right.
But it's bumfuck Louisiana, and it's Yara, who's very posh and very like wants the city
European
life.
Yeah.
Yes. And so she would be stuck there for months at a time. This was like back during COVID too. So where he would have extended trips. So sometimes it would be a month, sometimes it would be 2 months or 3 months.
That's crazy.
That's a long ass time to be away from home.
But then when he came home, was he home for the same amount of time?
Sometimes, but then he would get called back for work earlier than expected. And then when she was pregnant, he was gone for the majority of her pregnancy. So she was pregnant alone in the United States.
That's so wrong.
Yes.
And I felt like, what a fucking hypocrite.
I know.
Like, you're mad at Yara because she's taking birth control behind your back, which I understand that's something that should be communicated in a healthy, non-toxic relationship, which you don't have. But you at the same time are considering and rejecting job offers that could be life-changing in your relationship, and you're talking to your mom, you fucking gaga goo goo mama's boy, and not your wife. I would have been so fucking pissed.
100%. I don't know how Yara didn't go off on him in that therapy session. I mean, I know she was upset, but I'm like, you could have been way more mad, because this is something that's bothered you the entirety of your relationship. And Jovi's mom's so annoying, because
I did not like this woman, and I don't know her, but I did not like her.
She just placates for Jovi all the time and just gives him the benefit of the doubt and thinks that he's like such a good person. And I'm like, he sucks. He's a womanizer. He's got strippers' phone numbers in his phone. When he's married and he's got a fucking grandbaby or baby, and you're just like letting him do it. But she does call him out in this therapy session and makes him tell Yara the secret.
But only after she shames Yara for her decision to have bodily autonomy and administer her own birth control and acts so fucking shocked. And first of all, I'm like, why are you in this conversation? Why do we need mommy in this conversation? This is a marriage between two people. The less parents, the better.
It's because Jovi's a mama's boy.
Yeah, and he's telling her shit like this. I was shocked. I felt bad for Yara.
Me too.
I'd be like, holy shit.
She deserves better.
She 100% deserves better. I hope she leaves his ass. Why isn't she leaving his ass?
Because she's got Mila. And she doesn't want to. But then on Instagram, they're like posting like they're a normal couple. So then I'm looking at this and I watched this the second time today and I'm like, are you just faking? Like, is this all just storylines that you guys have created just for the show?
Yeah, but she was crying. It seemed pretty real and authentic. But it could be.
Fake cry.
She could be a good actress, this Yara. But if it is true, then Jovi is truly a piece of shit.
100%.
He's already a piece of shit because how he treats her with the stripper shit, having the names and numbers of strippers in his phone. As I said, I would have killed my husband 4 times over in very terrible ways.
Oh, totally.
And I would have no remorse whatsoever.
That's a bastard.
Absolutely. And he's just walking around like he has every fucking right to do it. He's going to be shocked Pikachu, gobsmacked when she leaves his ass for a rich man in Europe. And he is going to deserve it.
Oh, God, I'd love to see that.
Go fucking comb your hair, my guy.
For real, dude.
Douchebag. Moving on. The entire group meets for drinks, and this is where Asuelu and Jovi have a conversation as they're sidled up to the bar, and Asuelu's like, yeah, my life sucks, and Jovi's like, yeah, I'm not going to complain about my situation because yours is way worse. How's it going? And Asuelu basically says, I've only got myself to blame. Look at her over there. She's a gorgeous, beautiful woman. I fucked up. I just don't even know if I'm ever going to get out of the doghouse on this.
You won't.
Mm-mm.
Spoiler
And you shouldn't.
alert. Nope. This is the consequences of your actions that you are facing. Like Angela says in the preview, this is what you have to deal with, dude. And it sucks that you're finally now realizing it after you've done all of this horrible shit. But grow the fuck up and move on now. Because now you've lost Kalani.
Don't do it next time.
Yeah.
He walks up to Kalani and he asks for a hug. And it's really awkward turtle. And she gives him like a half hug. And he's like, hug me like you love me. I'm like, the thing is, I don't think she loves you.
Nope.
I think she likes you as a friend, but she doesn't love you.
Nope, not at all.
And this is where we have Molly enter in with her fedora.
Dude, I don't care about
Why
Molly.
are you here? Why are you here?
Why are
Get
you-
off my television, bitch. I can't stand this. And after you gave us the hot gossip that she's an actual physical abuser and that her friend who used to do pillow talk with her on the couch is alleging that Molly actually hit her and physically abused her. And her own daughter, Olivia, claims that Molly's violence and Luis, who she was with for a period of time, said she used to hit me all the fucking time. After that, throw her in the garbage. Throw the whole woman away. Please don't have her show up on my television ever again.
Ever again.
TLC, you fucking toxic corporation.
I know. This is where she just breaks it to everybody that she's going to leave.
Goodbye.
And I'm just like, I don't care. I watched this episode twice and I zoned out through every Molly part.
Fucking forward.
I'm like,
Get
do
the
not
fuck out of here.
About you
horse's ass with your all black. I'm in mourning.
God,
my
shut
dark
up.
black hair. I'm in mourning. I really wished that this could have worked out. I came here with hope in my heart. No, you didn't.
Be a better person.
You didn't come here and you didn't even give Kelly a chance.
No.
There was no chance for him to even talk to you. You just
None.
kept on fucking dogging him. And now you want to act like you're a victim. Get the fuck out of the Keys, go back to Georgia, put on your dumb lingerie, and get the fuck out of my consciousness. I exorcise you. Get thee behind me, Satan. Get into that herd of swine, bitch. I can't take it. I hate her.
She's the worst.
Moving on, the next day, Asuelu wakes up and he just has a feeling in his heart
Yeah.
that something is terribly wrong. He reaches out to Kalani by text. He's like, where you at, babe? And she's like, breakfast.
Getting breakfast.
Meeting breakfast.
Leave me alone.
It's like, well, where are you getting breakfast? Probably wants to meet her at the resort.
Yeah.
Would like to offer her some cunnilingus because he hasn't eaten yet. That's his favorite meal every day. He could eat it every day. Eat the box, baby.
Gross.
And she doesn't answer.
Yeah.
She leaves him on red. So then he goes on over to Colini's place because Colini's watching the kids, but he knows that Kalani has to sleep with her children. So
Which is weird.
he's assuming that Kalani's going to be there. But guess what? She ain't there.
She ain't there. And now he's worried. I'm really worried
should
something
be.
happened.
Something happened.
Yeah, something definitely happened, bro.
Yes. And as we are going to learn, apparently Kalani unblocked Dallas and they had a conversation. He booked a flight immediately, flew to Florida, met her off property, banged
some Holiday
her
Inn.
fucking back out.
Yeah, she spent the night.
Fucking all night. And she couldn't be arsed to come back for breakfast or anything. And Asuelu intuitively and psychically knows that something's up.
Oh, 100%.
Kalani's in the middle.
Oh, God.
But you put yourself in the middle. You allow yourself to be in the middle.
But it does. Kalani, I will give her credit. She's like, you got to be honest with Asuelu. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to just tell him the truth and just be done with it.
And Kalani's like, well, I have to sort through my feelings first.
Up,
like,
Kalani.
How do I actually feel? Once I get that sorted out, then I can have a conversation with Asuelu. No.
Why?
If you are continuing your have some integrity.
Right.
Have a little bit of integrity. It's not that it's not justified.
Right.
It's not that we don't understand how this happened, but like have a little integrity and tell the truth and let this man know that there is no hope in hell for your reconciliation. It's not that hard. Break his heart.
Why are you even trying to string it along? And like knowing all of this shit that's happened to you, like why did you bring him to the last resort, making him think that you were going to get back together? You know what I mean?
She's using him
for the check.
And for the continued presence on TLC on another show. And she's going to want TLC to follow her in Dallas. She's going to want to stay in the limelight. And I'm
not going to watch it.
You too can get off my television, bitch. Get the fuck off my television.
I don't care.
Do not care. And I feel a little bad for Asuelu because if you just tell him, he's going to be heartbroken.
Oh, yeah.
It is
100%.
going to suck. He is going to be devastated, but now he has the information he needs to make a choice for himself. But you're taking away his agency by lying to him here.
Right, a little bit.
Just tell him the truth.
Yep. Well, I mean, it seems like she does in the next episode from the preview.
I'm just ranting. This is all so lowbrow and despicable on every level. And I hate everybody. Then we have the girls going out to Havana Cabana. It's a girls' day. We deserve it. And we're going to make a pact. We're not going to be sober. We promise we're going to get fucking wasted.
We're going to get drunk on the beach.
Oh, great.
With Angela and her outfit. Did you see that blue outfit that she was wearing?
Yes.
With those blue sweatpants.
Yes. What's your point? What is your point?
I just can't.
Well, you have to admire the confidence. That's all I'm saying.
I can't even do that.
So they get to their VIP cabana. I don't know what's happening over here.
VIP.
And VIP cabana.
Yeah.
Some beautiful man comes over and gives them drinks. And Kalani proceeds to tell the group about Dallas and that she spent the night off property, that she's learning her man and fucking her man. And Angela's like, well, I mean, that's what it is. She's also telling them that Asuelu had cheated on her the entire fucking time. So, and Angela's like, go get it then.
Yeah, why not? It's justified. But can we talk about Angela's drink that she made in honor of my cow?
Yes.
And the way that she described it.
It was really unfortunate. Yes, go ahead.
I mean, she talks about what's in the drink and she says, I made it because in honor of Michael because the color looks like shit. It looks disgusting.
Angela.
But it's nice and sweet.
Stop speaking.
Tasting. And I'm like, oh my God, did you really just say that on my television?
She qualified it and she's like, because our relationship is shitty.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure that's
but
what
like,
you
that's
meant.
really not how it sounded in the moment. It sounded racist AF.
I mean, we know that she's like kind of very MAGA.
Super MAGA, Trumpy, racist.
So she's totally racist. She meant it racist. Yeah.
Is she racist though? Well, she's married to a Nigerian black man.
Yeah.
Is she fetishizing him? I don't know. I can't get into the psychic consciousness, the psyche of this trash can of a human being. No offense. Is that judgmental?
No, she is a trash can of a human being.
I don't want to be non-spiritual.
No, she's a trash can
fucking
of a
terrible
human
person.
being.
And I don't like her.
Yeah.
Then we get to the preview for next week and we see Kalani crying. She doesn't want to do this. She didn't want any of this. She's going to lose something no matter what. It's either Dallas, her new dick, or Asuelu, her old dick.
Like, why do you care about Asuelu though? And then Angela's comforting her and she's kind of giving her some okay advice. She's just saying, well, this is the consequences of his actions. So
yeah, I guess. Jovi calls Liz asking if Ed can come to the strip club.
That he's already at.
Does end up going to the strip club. And then he says, don't tell the other girls. But of course, he's on speakerphone, and all of the other girls then catch wind that they're at the strip club. Later, Yara is very fucking upset about this. Of course. I felt so bad for her.
I know. She's literally telling Jovi, like, what, am I not pretty enough that you have to go see strippers? Like,
so sad.
And then she's telling him this, and he fucking walks away.
I'm not going to fucking do this.
Like the little bitch baby he is.
Yes. I don't know how to articulate sufficiently how much I hate him.
God, he's such a piece of shit.
You can see how this is triggering all of these ancient wounds, which she has gotten into in this season of The Last Resort, like how she was put down, how she was always trying to compete, how she fucking starved herself, how she always wanted to be pretty. This is triggering and dusting up all of these pains that she has. And you're continuing with this toxic behavior, womanizing behavior. And in the midst of her breaking down, and rightfully so, because you lied to her, just the deception itself is enough. Yep. You lied to her. In the midst of her breaking down and being vulnerable in doing so, you just get the fuck up and you're like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Fucking crazy bitch.
Yeah, don't fucking touch me. Oh, don't yell at me about this.
Give me a police baton so I can crack him in his Easter Island head. I'm sorry. Is this bad for YouTube?
No.
We're never going to get monetized.
Who cares?
Never gonna get. Somebody needs to work him over, is all I'm saying. We also see Michael at the strip club. They FaceTime him, and he hangs up. He's like, he sees the boobs. He's like, I already know this is not good for my health and my well-being. Goodbye. Pieces out. So that was funny. So yeah, that was the episode.
Kind of boring.
A little boring. I mean, I am invested, I must say.
Oh, me too.
With Kalani and Asuelu.
Yeah.
I don't really care about any of the other couples, right? We don't care about Liz and Pred.
No.
We don't care about Angela. Jesus Christ. Absolutely not.
Unless she's making a fool out of herself trying on swimsuits or something.
I mean, I do love that. We didn't like Molly and Kelly. Don't care about.
I'm glad they're gone.
Jovi and Yara. I care about Yara. I'm triggered by Jovi because he's such an asshole. So we really only care about Kalani and Asuelu. And I have to say, this storyline is fucking bombastic.
It's
the
crazy.
idea that you are still married to Asuelu and that Asuelu, in good faith, went to this trash fire of a marriage counseling resort retreat.
Right.
And you are actually shipping in your side piece. Is he going to show up and introduce himself to the other people? Is he going to attend therapy?
That would be crazy.
I'm invested.
Oh my God. I wonder if they're going to have a tell-all for this season too.
Oh gosh, I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Do you think it would warrant one? Because Kalani and Asuelu, spoiler alert, are no longer together. Right. Obviously, Molly and Kelly are no longer together.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want them at the tell-all, but you know, for the remaining couples,
I would love to see it. I doubt it because of the amount of like incendiary information Kalani has put out there. I just don't see how a tell-all would work unless she talks about it.
Yeah, that would be interesting if she shed more light on it, and maybe Asuelu could confirm or something that happened. Because he did say, well, Kalani said that he apologized for those moments, but I don't know. I don't know
either. Well, this was a great conversation. It was fantastic having you back in the studio.
I'm so glad to be back home.
Look at your beautiful raccoon face.
Yeah.
We will be back, of course, next week to talk Sister Wives, Plathville, and 90 Day Fiancé. And now, are you watching the new season of 90 Day Fiancé?
I am.
Oh, and how is it?
Oh.
What?
You need to watch it.
Is this something that we should ultimately cover, do you think?
We should react to it at the very least. I don't think we need to like podcast about it because it's always the same fillery storylines and everything. Yeah. But the first episode, I was literally screaming.
Were you?
At my TV, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's some bombshells dropped.
Okay.
Specifically with that plastic lady.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Plastic, I saw a picture of like, and I'm just getting really disillusioned. I mean, like the people that are continuing to come on season after season are so produced and manufactured and or plastic and fake. I'm like, I don't know if I can invest myself in these people, but do you think I can?
But that storyline is kind of wild.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, kind of wild. I won't spoil it for you because you need to watch it.
Okay.
And there's some other characters on there that I'm like, ooh, this might be kind of juicy.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, I know... This is my opinion. Okay. Some people online are bitching about this season already. They're like, I'm tired of the same old character archetypes. Okay. I know. I'm like, all right, calm down. And people are talking about how they missed the old 90 Day Fiancé back when people didn't try to produce themselves. And I get that. Yeah. Okay. But I love the trash.
You do.
And I love the crazy characters. And I think it's hilarious that we have this plasticed out Barbie chick going to fuck her Moldovan boyfriend.
Oh my God.
Of 17 years they've known each other.
Wow. Okay.
It's like just crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on in this season already that I'm like, okay.
You're invested.
I'm invested.
You're
I'm going to watch it.
Okay, well, I've got some time this weekend. Maybe I will watch a little bit of it and we can talk about it going forward. And
you should watch it with your husband.
Okay.
He would probably think it's hilarious.
Or recap. Okay. Yeah. But again, we will be back next week to cover all of the trash, just like you guys love us to do. And Beatrice, is there anything else that we need to say to these beautiful raccoons?
Well, if you love our podcast, I hope that you give us a glowing 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps us grow. Thank you so much.
And we love you, and we'll see you next week. And until then, peace out. Bye, guys.